Hello everyone. Welcome back to making a Pokemon save editor in C. It is very late. I don't know if you can make out the time here, but it's about 11:30 at night. I've had a very long week, and I'm kind of sleepy. So let's actually see how long I can go for. I think this will be quite interesting. So first of all, I've actually had a couple of comments on the video that I have uploaded, or the various videos that I've uploaded. It's kind of cool that someone has actually watched some of them, at least in part, and didn't get completely frustrated with me. In fact, they actually left me some very nice comments, so thank you to this person right here. So I've kind of captured them in this markdown just so I can remember what specifically was said, because I think there are some changes I can make to my code off the back of some of these comments. So number one is the reason why printf was failing is because dereferencing an array returns the first element, and in your case that's just 1 byte. So it was trying to print 1 byte, and I told printf to interpret the byte as %x, which is telling printf that the first argument is an integer, 4 bytes, it must be printed as hexadecimal. So it's going to read 4 bytes, and since I provided a car, it's reading 3 bytes after that car, and that's undefined behavior. So I actually think this may be in reference to... Probably not when I was calculating the checksum. I don't think I got that far by part 2. But I think there's some printfs that I can clean up here off the back of that. I mean, I do wonder if this actually works right here. I do think it's just going to say, yeah, okay, this doesn't match any format specifier. So what we actually want to do here is literally... print this number, but in hex. It just seemed to be a bit weird about printing that as well. Okay, that was weird. And I know here it's just gonna say that I can declare these on both lines. I assume. Or maybe tell me I can collapse them into one. Or tell me they're const. Are they const? Yeah, they are const, okay. So I'll make those const. I guess it's just saying that we don't actually need the padding on these, because it's kind of redundant, I suppose. I'm going to turn the music volume down just a touch. Just a touch. Although the volume is actually much quieter on the video than it is. Oh, wow. Okay, I think that's better. Need to turn it down for me, which means turning it up here. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. That's probably fine. I also have a typo here. So I'm not actually sure if it's taking issue with anything else in my printf statements. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's taking issue with anything else in my printf statements. I don't think so. So I assume that I fixed whatever happened here. Cool. So, they also made a very good observation in that they said that the reason, like, the first section has 116 bytes of padding between the data and these sections towards the end is so that yeah, it would round up to like the next power of 2, which is 4096, which I think is very fair, and you're probably right. That is the reason. So in part 5, which is where I believe we were calculating the checksum, and it didn't really work, I was supposed to read 4 bytes at a time as a uint32 number. An easy way of doing it without bit operators is to access the uint32 directly as an array of bytes. This is done by taking its address, then casting its type to a character pointer. And then they very kindly gave me an example here. So I believe this is actually in this, in this loop, because without using bit operators, we're using bit operators here. So what we could actually do is this exact suggestion. So take each character that we would use to make up this word and assign, well, as though it were an array, and assign values to each element. And something that didn't even cross my mind is using memcopy. We could literally just use memcopy. Now, interesting, it would be to see. Oh, okay, yeah, so plus I. So we want to copy to this address, or copy, sorry, from this address. This is a pointer to the value we want to use. This is where we want to put that value. And this is how big it is, I guess, for like bounds checking. Or how many bytes we want to read from this point onwards. And then plus I. Okay, so when I originally read this comment, I wasn't at my computer, so I wasn't able to see the code. So I was wondering why the plus I was here, but I see now it's because we're incrementing by 4 each time here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's totally do that. I'm gonna keep that just for reference, but we can, yeah, literally just use memcopy. So if we make the word, and what I am actually gonna do is just check the man page for this. So we copy n bytes, which is argument number 3, from memory area source, which is the second argument, to memory area dest if dest and source overlap behavior is undefined. If they do overlap, you should use memmove. Okay. All right, that's very to the point. And of course, these are, yeah, pointers. So we'll take word. And memcopy is in string. And then that should be fine. Yeah. Okay, all right, cool. So I think this works. So thank you very much for your very kind comments and for your patience with me while I try and figure all of this out. I'm very new to programming in C in general. So these things, yeah, kind of take me some time to figure out, and your comments were really helpful. So thank you very much, kind commenter. I'm just going to take a sip of water, and then we can probably dive into what I wanted to do next. And when I say a sip, I mean a huge gulp. Because for some reason my mouth is really dry. I don't know if it's because I'm so sleepy, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so last time we were looking at encoding text. So the save files use a... Also, whenever I watch these back, I realize that the text here is really small. It uses a proprietary encoding, and strings in fixed length fields are terminated with FF, with any remainder padded with zeros. Now, I remember actually being a little bit confused by this when I looked in our hex editor at one of these save files, because if we were to just jump to where we know there is a string, which was at an offset in the file, which does get printed out. If I just go to Pokemon FR is my original one. Okay, so oh, I have various issues. I actually should probably just comment out this function for the time being. Let me just comment that out. So this compiles. Yeah, so 11,000 in hex in the file. So yeah, if we go there, this is our main save block, and actually the trainer info section rightfully is first, and these characters actually represent our name. Now, what confused me a little bit is it says with the text encoding, strings are terminated with FF, with any remainder padded with 0. Now, all 8 of these bytes can be used in the string, with the exception of the last character, right? Because it's the terminator character. So why are these two FFs here? That's what I'm not 100% sure about. I think that's a little bit weird. I think we'll go with what's in the save file. And if we want to change the name, we'll pad anything else with FF. Let's just do that. So let's uncomment our function now. And basically get to work. So I made kind of a table. Well, I did make a table from the Bulbapedia article in the last episode, and converted it basically to one long switch case statement that I have here. So we should actually finish writing this function. Basically, I think we need to take a string here, which I guess is const, because we're not actually modifying this string at all, of a given length, and we, I guess, yeah, car text encode. So we return the encoded text, right? So I guess let's just make the character we're going to return. And so size t len, encode a string, yeah, I do think we need another o-len for like the output length. Yeah, encode a string of length len for each character in the input string. I'm just going to say using the proprietary encoding. This function will return a string of length olen. Let me put them in backticks. Why not? This function will return a string of length olen. Whoops. With any remaining space between string and olen being padded with I do wonder if other strings are padded with FF or 0, but I'm not actually 100% sure. Maybe there is something in the trainer info section that is another string that maybe we can look at, but I don't really think so. Okay. Right. No, rival info would just be another name. So somewhere in team/items, there's probably 38 bytes into that section. I'm just going to see if we can maybe find another string in our save file here to actually, so that we can tell if other strings are padded with FF, or whether I should make the padding kind of customizable. So let's see. So I want to be able to find an offset where, so I have a function called save get section by ID. And I guess it will probably tell me if we run this function again. I wonder actually if we can call this function on its own without actually assigning it to anything. I guess we can. So this should print out a specific section with ID 1 in our latest save block. Okay. And I need to comment this out again. Block 1 section ID. Okay, yeah. So this is actually I really should make that into its own function, right? Like saying where something is in the file. This code is getting a little bit messy, so I think maybe next episode might have to be a little bit of refactoring. Anyway, so it is, I mean, to be honest, it's just 11,000 and then the next section after that, because it's going 11, 12, 13. So yeah, let's just go to plus 4096. Oh, so 12,000. Okay. So this apparently, if we look at that team items section again, so we have 4 bytes for the team size, and then 38 in to this will be our Pokemon list, which has 6 Pokemon as an array, and then the nickname is 8 bytes into that. Okay, so oh my gosh, I'm tired. Okay, right, so we need to go 38 bytes more than what we already have. And then from here, we want to go 8 more bytes, which will be calculated using the calculator. Oh no, it is just 40. Okay. And apparently this should be my Pokemon's nickname. And it doesn't use up the full 10 bytes, I guess. But is this actually correct? Let's look at the table. So don't know if it will zoom in easily. I guess this is fine. Yeah. So my Pokemon is literally just Squirtle, so this should actually be BD. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, CD, CB, yeah, SQUIRTLE. That brings us to 8. So and then length in bytes 10. And so this should be from 18. So again, I'm a little bit confused there. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it just uses a 7-3. Which, if that's part of the next one, would be part of miscellaneous flags, and is my Pokemon a bad egg? So I feel like that's not right. Oh no, sorry, it's language next. Sorry, I completely misread that. The language of origin. Is this... Oh no, this is just how languages work in the game. In Western languages, a Pokemon's language of origin determines which font to use to display its name and original trainer. Okay. Now it does say the values that languages correspond to are, and then we just have an index. So is this only ever a value between 1 and 7? And also, how big is the language? It's literally 1 byte. So I have 2, if I've read that correctly, which is English, so that makes sense. So where the heck did that 7.3 come from? Does it matter what it is? Let's look at the proprietary encoding again. Let's just see if this value is important at all. So it's not actually on there. Regional differences. And I guess that's the Japanese table. No, well, I mean, there's no reference to 7.3, so I don't really know what's going on there. We'll be cautious, I guess. But I can also see that it terminated with an FF, so that's what we'll use in our padding as well. Being padded with 0xFF characters. If olen is greater than len, null is returned. Yeah. Okay, so we have a return character string, and it should probably be size olen. I assume it will let us do that. We then want to basically will it let us do that? Yeah, okay. So yeah, for size ci0, we want to, I mean, actually we could probably just use memcopy again. Oh. So copy, yeah. Yeah. So I guess actually for each character we need to run it through this switch case. Split declaration and assignment. Implicit conversion to incompatible pointer type. It's probably because implicit integer to pointer conversion. Oh, is implicitly converted. Yeah, we don't care about that. So for everything in our length, we want to get our encoded character. So let's actually grab all of these. I probably could have done that way easier because all I wanted to do was put them in these braces. So we have an encoded character, and then we assign it when running the character we're reading through, it's not const, through the switch, and then we assign the encoded character and increment the pointer. Is there I wonder if there's an easier way of actually doing that. Is there can I deal with this string as though it was an array? We dereference it? No? Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. Well, maybe we don't need to do that with a pointer and using pointer arithmetic. Does it matter? Does it matter? Let's just get something working first. So let's go in by 1. And what we haven't done is, for some reason, set our encoded character. And what is the issue here? Of type int to signed type car is implementation defined. So is it because it's an unsigned car? Yeah. Okay. So I guess that is fine. So it does all of that. Then we break out of our switch case. Oh. Let's just set them to 0. Any unrecognized... Actually, is 0 a good idea? What is that? Space. Okay. Space could work. So any characters that are not recognized by the encoder are converted to 0x00. So let's actually do that check right here. So if... And actually this needs to be the other way around. That actually if our input string is greater than the output length. So what we want to do is take the character that we've read and then assign it to ret at I. Yeah? What's that? Narrowing. Oh, yeah, it is unsigned. Well, I say that. Is this... Oh, yeah, I mean, that's going to be unsigned, but we can input any character. Yes, okay. And then we want to... increment reader as well. So I would be quite interested to see... I mean, it just can't. Why? Unless we have to actually do that, and then it will stop bugging me about making reader const. Surely I can't make it const, right? Because I'm literally incrementing it down here. Does it let me do that? How weird. All right, if you like. I mean, there's no guarantee that this is even going to work anyway. So we assign that. We then need to say in ret. Wait, hang on. Is something weird going on with, like, scope? Because why the heck is it saying we never access ret when we literally do? Or is my IDE just being weird? Maybe now it will understand. Yes, okay. So then we need to say that once we've exhausted this for loop, just fill any remaining space with 0ff. So between len and olen? I guess that's where we can do this. So our destination would be ret at len +1? No. No, yeah, ret at len. And our source is a pointer from memory area source. Copies n bytes from memory area source. Oh wait, hang on. So this is actually taking contiguous bytes. I think we actually want memset. Yes, we do. Converted to an unsigned car. Oh, perfect. Right, so n bytes of value C to the string be... Oh, but we can't say... Oh, wait, no. If we say from ret len, yeah, okay. So that int c is our value, yeah, okay. O-len minus len number of times, I guess. So let's do some, like... I don't know, let's do some, like, I.O. here. I mean, we don't even need to even load our file, to be honest. Let's say try encoding some characters. So let's say, you know, enter your name. And you can do it on a new line, whatever. And then we read input by doing, I think it's scanf. Scanf does a whole bunch of stuff. Scanf function reads input from standard input stream stdin. And we're telling it where we want to put that, I guess. And it's asking for a pointer, so we can just do name itself, I assume. Or not. Or I dereference it. No? What's the matter? Constcar pointer restrict format. Oh, do I actually need to do like that, I guess? Let me see if that did stuff. What? Integer constant expression must have integer type and not character 2. Well, that's not right. Integer constant expression. So it thinks reader is an integer, so it's not dereferenced my pointer. Huh. Let's see what it actually... Yeah. So what's the matter? Because these are my characters. And it actually only complains about not all of mine, but some of these numbers and these as well. Oh wait, hang on, too many errors emitted. So it probably failed on all of them. Let's see. Scanf C. Everyone here has done it in single quotes. Is that my mistake? That's kind of a weird mistake. Really? And then I only know the JetBrains way of doing this, so it would be case and then anything. We want to replace with case single quote. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now we have different errors, which is something else. My character is too large for the enclosing character literal type. And does this need to be escaped? Yeah. So all of the special symbols, we'll deal with the memset stuff later. So all of the special symbols are apparently too big, but I have a feeling if I was to put them in double quotes once again, we'll just get the original error of the integer constant. Okay, let's get rid of the special characters for now. I'm actually just going to call this find a way of dealing with special characters. Characters, i.e. Well, that's not what I wanted. Stuff like that. So it is that symbol and these two dots that are kind of wrapped up into one character. And also, so we took the male and female symbol. It's those angled speech marks and the backtick as well, which are somewhere here. Whoops. Yeah, these guys. Whoops. Going way too fast here. Right, here we are. Okay. So let's see what it doesn't like about memset. Incompatible integer to pointer conversion. Right. expanded from macro. Alright, that's Mac stuff. It sounds like I just need to cast this. Oh. The address of the local variable ret may escape the function. Will it though? That needs to be -1. Yes, it will. Okay. It escaped the function. So... Okay, yeah, these are const. But that's obviously not what the problem is. This music's way too... I don't know if you can even hear it. Music's way too bombastic for this late hour. That's better. There we go. Huh, okay, why are we escaping the function then? I mean, memset is... len bytes of value C converted to an unsigned character to the string B. That's weird. If we have... I mean, if we had string s of length 8, that would obviously be 0 through 7. So my len is going to be 8. And let's say if we had olen 10, it should pad wait, but I initialized ret as olen. The address of local variable ret may escape the function. But I'm not... Huh. Well... I think I'm at the point where I would probably need to sleep on this, because I can tell that I'm extremely tired. I'm sure when I do sleep on it, the answer will come to me. I don't really know if I like that. I feel like reader should move with I. Input character. guest character again. Oh, it literally didn't even try to do my print. So actually maybe my seg fault is coming from earlier on. Lol. Oh yeah, it doesn't even say what name I entered, so that's clearly wrong. Joster. Oh yeah, I never even called my function. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yeah, okay, right, fine. So... let's say your encoded characters are. Now, I'm not really expecting this to work. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Why did this not even... Wait. Okay. So did I fuck something up here? Yeah, no, okay, it doesn't even get to... Doesn't even get to print that. Yeah. Alright, fine. So encoded or text encode definitely does have a problem. I wonder what it is. Because... Is the address of our string converted to a character pointer? And then we increment that pointer. I reckon it has something to do with ret. I wonder if it's the memset. We also need to Why doesn't it like this? Condition is always false. Well, why would it ever be false? Oh, I guess because, yeah, we're always doing that. Sure. Like, is it... Yeah, I guess it's able to tell because of the size of name, but sure. It still let me compile? Yeah. Okay. My encoded characters are that... So I got rid of the memset now. And I need a new line here. And actually, once it tells us the name we entered. Oh. Well, that's not very good. At least it converted the letters that are there. Is R, lowercase r, E6? Yeah, it is. So, at least it did that. So I clearly have a typo here. I mean, it's reading garbage, so it has to be whatever's going on with reader. So, although we used a lot of symbols here and we look clever, we're actually not very clever at all. Let's just do S I. Yeah, C, much better. And then what do we do with all of these characters? We say what it's converted to. And we don't need to increment that reader anymore. Yeah. Now, what I do think, though, is it's not going to... whatever. Okay. It did it a few more times. And then did that. And completely messed up my encoded character. Or actually, no, it just used my first one. Okay. There might be something wrong with my printf. What's this Dragon Quest music? Okay, well, I guess it's just printing the first byte of encoded because it doesn't know how much to read. Can we do that? No, okay. Fine. So I'm gonna stop there because I'm very, very sleepy, and you can probably tell from my voice and how I've been writing this code. But yeah, we have some things to figure out here. Definitely. We need this to not potentially escape the function. We need to add new lines and make sure we always add new lines. And we need to also yeah, basically just fix this stuff and probably be able to deal with special characters as well. Um, all right, but yeah, I think that's probably all we can do for the moment because I'm about to have a very long sleep. I may even come back to this in the morning if I have time. But thanks again. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.